Good lord. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Okay. Fantastic. Thanks everyone for joining. Let's see here. We have Rural 2IC first. Hello, hello. Nice, hi. Thank you. Scott Armor. Hello. I hope you're doing well. Rui Darte de Andrea Deo. Hello, welcome. Explosion emoji. Hopefully you found your audio or something. Hello, Chance. Hello, Rural. Hello, Nick. Nick, the man with the plan. Rural again. Rui. Blah. Didn't make the cover. Yeah, the fat one in the back, right? Yeah, so I was trying. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. This is a test stream. Hopefully, let's see some ones in the chat if you guys can hear me. That was weird. As soon as I changed my settings, like the whole thing went blibbity blobbity. I hope you guys can hear me. Can anyone hear me? Blah. 0.9. Maybe that means you can hear me. I can hear you now. Okay, thank you, Rui Darte de Andrade Adeo. 5x5, fantastic. Okay, cool. So yeah, I was trying to come up with some cool background cover diddly-doos because I realized I haven't made a new streaming background cover in like 5 years. So let's try a couple more. Then we'll think of some topics or something. I'm sitting in my bedroom with the lights off, trying to lay low. Oh yeah, my audio might be low. How do I do that? It's so sweet of you, the kind things you say. You're beautiful to me, all the colors of the rainbow. I knew there was a way to do this somehow. Regardless of it being dark in here, I can see just fine through my migraine halo. My migraine halo. Migraine halo. Oh wait. It's coming back to me. Check. Check. Something. Wub. Okay. Oh yeah, some other backgrounds, that's right.
Time to deal with.
Are my vocals still low? I remember there's this thing you have to do to like boost your. Is this music original? Well, yeah. Who the hell else do you think wrote this? I've made like 5 albums of prepper music here. I'll play another one. Hold on. Well, I'm trying to figure out what kind of background I like. Hold on. This one? Question mark? Yeah.
In the year 2025 bathed the digital baptism of code. The Matrix tried to warn us, but we didn't listen. And in the back of a boarded up store, a half-burnt book on the floor called 1984. I start to remember the truth. The world ended December 31st at midnight, 1999.
Resident Evil was my jam, fighting zombies with my survival horror fam. Tank controls and limited loot, taking on mutants in my combat boots. Racking the slide, I mow them down, almost a Jill sandwich as the trap comes down. Master of lockpicking, but there must be more, and in the corner of the mansion another book on the floor.
Shadowrun. Now this looks like fun. I pick up a portable rocket launcher next for a gun. Now the zombies are cyber, with heads made of chrome, trolls made real, and orcs freely roam. Now there's a dragon in charge, and the Matrix made real. Your life and end in the gutter if the elves you decide to deal. But before you get one in the back of the head, another book on the floor before you get backstabbed dead.
Whoops. Oh, whoops. Oh, well. Man, it's been forever.
The cover on this one says Tom Clancy, and he must have really known the dragon's a metaphor for China this time. And Red Storm Rising explained everything that happens in the future I've been shown. The threat vector was cyberspace, and the sum of all fears was a nuclear arms race. Every war and tech he had down to a T, and I'd almost swear some of these characters were made specifically for me.
He doesn't offer any way to avoid this reality, and neither did the others. The only implication
I put graphics on here, but it probably just like
watching from the op center, living in the vision. The zombies are metaphors, the real people fall out from the drug wars and clear and present danger.
where did my rain graphics go? I used to have change
Cabal
up on
is
my show.
about to reset the world again.
Yeah, you know, Rural, I have to be invited. That's the problem. I can't invite myself to things.
But I look around and there's only one book left that can save me in the end.
Where's my freaking rain graphics? Blah. Oh, I used to have rain graphics way back when. Such is life. Alright, well that's fantastic. Thank you. Enough music for now. Okay. So I don't really actually have a show planned. This was kind of a test, but you guys know I like to, answer questions. Like I said, I don't have StreamYard set up, so I can't have you guys on my show. Not that anyone... Chance invites himself into V's chat. She's the one that... I can't help it that V leaves her chat open and just immediately begins to flounder every single episode. That's not my fault. And when it doesn't look like anybody's going to go help her, it just seems cruel to let a YouTuber just sit there and flounder. Your invite is loading. I think I understand what you're saying, but you have to. Yeah, I mean, invite me to a show and set it up. And yeah, and we'll do it. I don't invite myself to V's show. V just kind of sits there and flounders, and I feel bad. Cha-Cha, how are you doing? I hope you're having a fantastic night. LMDMT, thank you. Welcome. I think North Texas, very nice. North Texas has got, interesting prepper issues. I think the thing that freaks me out about North Texas is the most would be like the night tornadoes. Like the fact that there can be like a Cat 5 tornado in the middle of the night is just like terrifying. You wouldn't even know where to run. which I think is pretty crazy. But yeah, you know, I wasn't gonna jump into V's chat, but she was just there all alone, and I don't know, just something about that bugs me. Southern New England. Southern New England. Is that next to like New Hampshire? I'm setting it up the 17th chance on my Wednesday stream. Okay. Setting up on the 17th. Yeah, think of some topics. Well, maybe you don't know, but I could literally talk about anything. I think prepping is such like a wide, insane swath of insanity, and I'll just give you like for example. Everybody talks, you need to prep water, but they don't go into like how often you have to rotate the water, and how do you store the water, and how do you make sure the water's stable, and how the hell do you get a scrubby brush in there to actually scrub the water bottle, because like all kinds of crap gets in there. You think your water's clean, but it's not. It's full of shit, and it's like a damn goldfish tank in there. And you know, that's why your body's able to fight off so much bacteria, but like you can only fight off bacteria for so long before your body just gives up. And so the People's Republic of Michiganistan, Apocalypse always shows a guy and his dog. Yeah, I mean, cats are amazing. I think cats are honestly more viable than dogs. I think you could, if you got a chill enough, trained enough cat, especially if it was a bigger cat like a Maine Coon, like I would take, I think, a cat over a dog about 9 times out of 10. Just because cats are they are so much more versatile. They live so much longer. You can kind of sort of like loosely train them, but they're kind of training you too. Chance behave now. What did I say? Oh, because all the dog people are going to lose their freaking minds. Look, I think I lose a lot of friends over this. Dogs are not all they're cracked up to be. Way too many people just, they don't know how to train them at all. They don't know how to work with them. They don't know how to utilize them or maximize what they're even good at. And they try to treat them like family. And it's like, you can't treat your dog like family. Treating your dog like family and not teaching them discipline is how you end up with just more useless mouths to feed. Dogs will absolutely eat you. Dogs will absolutely eat you. Do you know how many people die every year from dog attacks? It's ridiculous. And yet they find cougars in subdivisions all the time, and the cougars don't kill anybody. They always have to go and euthanize the cougar. The cougar didn't kill anybody. I mean, sometimes up in the mountains, if you walk under the cougar might jump on you, but I don't know how well you can train scorpions. You can train spiders a lot. I don't know. Can you train a scorpion like a spider? And I'm pretty sure a cat can take a scorpion, no problem. A scorpion cannot be faster than a snake, and a cat can kill a snake. And I maybe a dog could kill a snake by like stomping on it over and over again. I don't know. I guess I'll have to look that up. My brother was attacked by the neighbor's dog. Oh yeah, I was attacked by the neighbor's dog here right up the street. It was a gigantic pit bull. Exactly, rural. But that's the thing, like most dogs are useless. They don't bark when they're supposed to, and they bark when they're not supposed to. They lack discipline. Most of their owners lack discipline, and it's just another useless mouth to feed. Dogs are just a super, super played out animal. They just really are. You have to absolutely be the master of a dog. Exactly, Tuck. There was a gal, I don't know if she was a canine or what she was, but she got she got a canine German Shepherd unalived the other day. I don't know what the hell it was. I didn't even want to read it. I had a cat I taught to attack men. Yeah. I don't know how my brother managed it, but he got one of his cats to attack my mom all the time. God, it was hilarious. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. This cat would aggro my mom like it was a damn video game. It was surreal. Like, cats, even house kittens can be just absolutely feral, aggressive psychos. They can be absolute death machines. And you can end up with dogs that are just like the most useless things on the planet. Cats seem to come at you like a magnet. Hell yeah, dude. Cats know when there's a lap they need to get on. But I mean, the thing is cats can alert you too. You just have to learn to listen. You have to, and you have to watch the cat's. You have to watch the cat's body language. The cat will tell you when it hears stuff. It just doesn't bark like a psycho. And penguins are freaking useless, and so are capybaras. I think some kind of bird, like some kind of huge crow or something, rural, like a crow that could talk, like that shit would be rad. The crow lands and it's like, hey, there's food and water this way. And you're like, thank you, Mr. Crow. You're amazing. Here's a cookie. And the crow is like, thank you for the cookie. We make a great team. And you're like, we do, Mr. Crow. Let's go this way. A crow would be perfect. Oh, look who finally figured out how to use the internet, everybody. Round of applause for show and tell. Cats can sense motion through their fur. Oh, it's insane. Everything about cats is just about like damn near may as well be magic. Yeah, dogs can like sniff things out and dig things, and they can smell things underground and all kinds of crazy stuff, but it's like, how good is that when the person that has the dog is an absolute idiot on their phone and walking into traffic as the dog tries to stop them from walking into traffic? For barking psychos, hell yeah. The thing is like little, oh man, shoot, I'm forgetting the guy's channel all of a sudden, but there's this prepper, weapons education, and he had Pomeranians, which Pomeranians aren't going to stop anyone from doing anything. But like, I guarantee you nobody was sneaking in that house. He had like 3 or 4 or 5 Pomeranians. Like nothing was getting in that house. Like, dude, that would just be, your brain would explode from headache pain alone. Trying to deal with that barking would just be insane. My friend took her African grey to Florida when she moved. That's cool. I don't know what that means. I don't know what an African grey is. Is that a cat? Or is that a type of cheese? Apocalypse panda. So rural. I wrote a story about apocalypse panda bears. I bet you didn't know that. One of my fiction books has apocalypse panda bears in it. Pomeranians are edible? What part of them? There's no meat on those things. They're just hair. It's hair and a mouth. There, as far as I know, there's nothing. I mean, I can sometimes see like little beady eyes. But aside from that, I'm not aware of there being any meat on a Pomeranian. It's like eyes and a mouth just floating in the hairball. And a tongue. My mother-in-law had a Pomeranian, and that thing just loved the hell out of me. Alright, well, this has been a fantastic conversation, isn't it? So, rural. It's funny that you mentioned that. Six six Pomeranians, llamas, emus, any kind of pachyderms, dude. Those things are, from what I've heard, they're really good eating, and B, like, they are hyper territorial. And like, if you need an area guarded, oh, that's right, emus are birds. Emus aren't pachyderms. Emus and cassowaries, God, those things would, and ostriches, those would just be horrifying. Any kind of like cassowary, emu, ostrich, having those as guard animals would just be like basically velociraptors. If you had like llamas or pachyderms, that would also be terrifying. Those things will chase anything off. Oh, Nick Easy, you're the first person to ask that today. I've been waiting for that question. I had the day off, and my friend called us and woke us up and said, turn on the news. And I'm like, you're an asshole. It's my day off. And see, we're on the West Coast, so it was like still 6 a.m. for us. Hey, OVP. And so he's like, wake up. And I'm like, that's weird. I'm like, why is this on the news? This is kind of a shitty thing to have on the news, isn't it? And I'm like, where is that? The Twin Towers, is that like in New York or something? And then the second one hit, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. But the thing is like, it wasn't really jaw-droppingly horrible to me. Not because like I'm a callous psychopath, but because in my lifetime, I'd already seen the Oklahoma State building and the World Trade Center building. So like, for me, seeing gigantic buildings get blown up was nothing. It didn't mean anything to me. Does that make sense? I'm like, oh, okay, so what? Are people even in those? It's like 6 a.m. And then I realized it's 9 a.m. over there. And I'm like, well, that's not good. I'm like, oh, those people are probably fine. Like, what's the big deal? And then obviously they both collapsed. I'm like, well, that's not good. Why did those buildings collapse? That's weird. I'm like, well, there's probably a lot of people in those buildings. That's not good. And so I'm like, okay. And then, World Trade Center 7, I guess, felt left out and decided to throw itself over too somehow. And then somewhere in there, the Pentagon. I'm like, the Pentagon? What's that have to do with anything? That's weird. And I'm like, oh well, whatever. Reba, such a great dog name. And so I'm trying to like reconcile all this, and it's my day off. I'm like, that's okay, it's my day off. I don't have to go anywhere. And then work calls, and work says, hey, everybody's calling in. We need you to come in. Can you come in? And I'm like, dude, this is my only day off. And they're like, yeah, we need to come in. Everybody else is calling in for some reason. Like, nobody's here. And I'm like, what? So I tell my my wife, I think she was still like she wasn't my wife yet. I drug my ass up, drug my ass to work, and everybody just looked like dead. Everybody just looked like Walking Dead zombies. And so I'm like, well, that's not good. Why is everybody so upset? I mean, buildings get, like, giant skyscrapers get, blown up every couple years. Like, why is everybody so upset about this? And everybody's like, dude, we're under attack. I'm like, what do you mean we're under attack? It was just like 2 planes flown into 2 buildings and 6,000 people, and I don't know what happened to the Pentagon. And then World Trade Center 7, just got left out. I'm like, what's the big deal? Dude, we're under attack. This could be it. And I'm like, okay, you guys, whatever. So, so we pulled the radio out. We did like the typical prepper thing, and we pulled the radio out, and we were listening to the radio. And the boss comes in, and the boss was deaf. So he doesn't wake up and like watch the news or listen to the news or anything. He just comes in and just expects everybody to be working. And he came in and he was just furious. Why aren't you guys working? Why are y'all sitting around the radio? And we're like, dude, the Twin Towers both came down, and there was, like 6,000 people in there and all the first responders. And he looked at us like we're idiots. And he's like, that's nice. I don't know why you'd say something horrible like that. Now get back to work. He's like, why would you guys make up something like that? He's like, that's a horrible thing to make up. Now get back to work. And we all looked at him like, dude, there's 6 of us huddling around a radio, freaking out. Like, that's what you got from all this? Is that we're making this up? What the hell is wrong with you? And then we had to explain it to him about 5 or 6 times. And then I think he had to call somebody and do like the little talkie dial diddly do. And then he came back out and he's like, oh, sorry. And he's like, well, can you guys like try to look like you're working like a little bit at least? And so, but people were coming in, and they would stop and listen to the radio, and then they would buy a couple things and they would leave. Nobody actually I think really acted or like customer wise, nobody actually seemed to really act like we were under attack. So, and I think that's the thing. If everybody just remains calm, as long as the attacks don't like keep happening. They sent everyone home but my manager I made to notify. Golly. That's insane. If you weren't my boss, I'd fire you. That's funny. I do want to get the little volume diddly doos back on the screen so you can see my chat wavelength thingies, but Nick was a baby. Shut up, Nick. Nick is he was back in junior high chasing the librarian around. Tuck says, I was just pulling up to House Boss at Howard's turn on the truck radio. It was weird being in Fort Lauderdale and seeing zero air traffic. Yeah, the zero air traffic was weird. That was creepy. So yeah, that's my story. Cucumber says, I was changing from getting up to go out and feed the cows at home. Dad was going to sell the cows 1 or 2 months. I was in no hurry to feed them. I watched the news the rest of the day. I don't remember feeling really zorked out. I think what confused me about it, and shock, I think this is what confused everybody about it, is like the fact that the buildings actually fell down. I think that's what messed me up more than, I think that's what jarred me more than anything. Rui says, as soon as I get off the stream, I'll turn my volume back to normal, LOL. Hey man, I'm sorry. Whoops. I can boost the decibels up a little bit, but the problem is it's gonna like blow my vocals out. Check. I can't remember. I can't remember how high my vocals are before I start to blow everybody out. That's fine, show. Is that not his name? Is his name not Cucumber Farmer? I thought his name was Cucumber Farmer. And your name is Cucumber Farmer. No need to be sorry. This is still cool. Thank you. Thank you. Show and tell is stealing your watch time. Yeah, that's understandable. I know I'm never gonna get my watch hours. I know like being monetized isn't everybody's cup of tea. Enunciate. Enunciate. Yeah, I want to get my watch hours because I want to get my so 10 years ago, almost to the day. CDK. Shut up. What do you mean you can't hear anything, you asshole? Everybody follow CDK if you haven't. He is the best music CDK is the best music producer on the planet. And I owe my life to him. So everyone give CDK a follow if you like good music. Much better than the shitty AI music that I make. Military cucumber vehicles before the Hummers. Okay. You guys don't call them cucumber vehicles? All this time I thought it was a cucumber reference. Wow, wow, wee, wow. Oh, man. So, yeah, I want to get my watch hours up. 10 years ago, I used to be, whatever it's called, a verified streamer on here. Can you post a link? A link to what? A link to CDK? Since you don't have mods. A link to what? Hold on. I should have mods. I don't know what happened. To be honest, I'm not even sure how this is working. My accounts are so screwed up. Hold on a second. I'm gonna play a song. Don't freak out. Oh, you guys are gonna freak out anyway.
Stupid, stupid, stupid stuff. Say stupid stuff sometimes. Talking to people is hard. I'm asked who I am. Makes me cry. When the combo's going well, I feel like
Whoops.
I can fly. But when it inevitably crashes, I really want to die.
There.
Social anxiety, people are so dumb. I try to talk to them, then I want to run. The stupid things that come out of their mouth, they don't care about me at all. Of that I have no doubt. Talking to people is hard. I'm asked who I really am. Makes me cry. When the combo's going well, I feel like I can fly. But when it inevitably crashes, I really want to. Another person wants to come and talk to me. I'm trying to work, it's obvious, but they're too blind to see. I try to say something nice, but next words I say are dumb. I'm doing so damn awesome, and this works super fun. Talking to people is hard. I'm asked who I really am. Makes me wanna cry. When the combo's going well, I feel like I can fly. But when it inevitably crashes, I really want to. I'm the routed virgin, but nobody really cares. They think they're safe talking to me, all I can do is stare. They're telling me intrusive thoughts that I shouldn't know. And if they don't shut up, my Q-mate's going to blow.
Understand it, Calvin.
People is hard. I'm asked who I am. Makes me cry. When the combo's
Yeah, I know. Yeah, sure. That's a huge problem. I have a couple of friends. I have a couple of YouTuber friends like that where their channel literally does not show up, period. And it used to happen to my channel, one of my prior channels, way back when. It would autocorrect the channel to something else. Nobody could find it. I'm still going to call you Cucumber Farmer. I own and now my daily driver is a 1986 M1009 Cucumber military version. It does have 24-volt starter and glow plug systems different than the civilian. Hooray! All right, fantastic. So does anyone else have any other questions? I swear I had mods. I don't know what happened. Yeah, 10 years ago I used to be affiliated and YouTube cut me. Gnostic. I forget that you stream, dude. Also, here's the thing. I work like 8-9 hours a day. I shut that off and I basically homestead until dark. And then I work on my books until I pass out. So that's my life. And I just keep hoping somehow people will eventually orbit around me and help me out. LMDMT says, when's the new book coming out? I'm working on an art book. They took my mods from me. They probably did. It's going to actually freak me out if any of my old mods come back. My art book is coming out soon. My wife is doing one last cleanup. I'm working on another fiction book, but that's not going to be like till this winter at the absolute earliest. And was going to do a follow-up to Bunker Basics called Bunker Buddies, but I don't know. I mean, Bunker Basics isn't really selling that well, so I have no idea if there's even an interest in making another one. So I don't know. We'll see. Teresa, how's it going? Yeah, I was demonetized. Exactly. I was demonetized and shadow banned. My top video has over 100,000 views. Ohio. No, I work a full-time real job, 8-9 hours a day, and then I homestead, and then I work on my books. What I'm going to be doing on this channel, and I don't know if I'm going to work on it today or not. Holy shit, it's Crispy Fly. Chris, I can't remember if I told you, but I have a Neo, and I do fly that thing quite a bit. I use it for recon primarily. In fact, I used it to spot a fire, a house burning down the other day. So yeah, I definitely fly it. D-mod. Yep. Yeah, I did. I got demonetized. Talking to people is hard, but I try. So yeah. The next book. Oh, Trinity, hi ho, Kermit the Frog here. Trinity, how's it going? I hope you're well. I hope your health is hanging in there, and I hope your dogs are doing good. Yeah, we talked about the house fire. That was insane. The scariest thing about the house fire is I actually thought it was the next house over, but it was a visual, like, mirage, kind of. And it ended up actually being like a mile away. The thing is even if I had driven down to it, I would have never found it because it was like some weird freaky deaky like house in the forest or something. Trinity says she's holding her 6-day newborn granddaughter. Oh, so happy for you and your family, Trinity. That's amazing. So yeah, I'm still flying my Neo. And I've told all of you, you know, if you ever need a starter drone, the Neo is the way to go. Yeah, Trinity. I think Trinity's name used to be longer. I can't remember. Trinity Red or blue pill, high oak, or the frog here. I thought maybe it did used to be working and balancing. Yeah. No, that's the way to do it. You can't burn out. Yeah, get a drone. Get a Neo. Get a Neo before everything screws up with the freaking tariffs again. But yep, hopefully I can get my watch hours up. It takes a deceivingly long time. I'm a third of the way there though. My radio videos got me a couple hundred hours, gave me like a really big boost. I'm gonna plan a fourth radio video. We'll see. Nick says he found out he has multiple stalkers today. Yes, understandable. The unknown knows. One of the interesting side effects of me having all of my own music now is I can actually play music on this stream again. So when I'm working on Bunker Codes live, I'll show you what that looks, by the way. So in case all of you don't know, 600 watch hours. Dude, 600 watch hours is really good. I know it's not the 3,000 or 4,000 you need, but like 600 is on your way. So I'm going to show you, try to make it real. I'm going to try to show you guys what my streams will probably usually look like, but it's going to be like a little fidgety. Yeah, your watch hours is, you have to click, it's really stupid. You have to click the $sign. And yeah, watch time is mega hard to get. And it's a rolling 1 year, which is just about the biggest load of bullshit on the planet. So let's see if I can do this without doxing the shit out of myself here. I haven't done this in such a long time. Hold on a second. I really want to make sure I don't dox the shit out of myself, so I'm going to close a bunch of windows so everything doesn't spurg out, as the cool kids say. Chris says, CDK miss you. Hell yeah, dude. Just make a playlist. Trinity, I wish. I could not get people to do that to save my life. I could not get people to do that. Plus, show, that's actually really good too. You're flying. It's not window. It's not source. Application, audio, display, game, image, media, scene. Shit. It's not. Oh, maybe it is window. Okay. Capture cursor, capture method. Window title must match. Okay. So, how I usually stream, if everything is going well, is OVP needs more cowbell. Chance don't self-dox. I know what you did last summer. Hell yeah, I know what you did last summer too. I think we were both there. 606 months, I don't think you'll make it. It kind of builds. OVP, the thing is it kind of builds. That's why you need to do a mixture of 10-minute and 1-hour videos. So Trinity, you are very, very kind. If you want to rack up watch hours on my channel, there's actually a couple of 6, 7, 8, 9-hour videos, and there's like a couple of playlists with like my books and stuff if you like hearing my voice. Do a 1-hour review of Norm Macdonald comedy. Yeah, I saw you do that. Share the playlist on the platforms and ask everyone to play it. Just talk in code. Yep, I did. Rural, I talk in code a lot. Dude, you're a pyro. I cannot stand fire to save my life. Fires freaks me out. Okay, so this is Bunker Basics. Buy my book if you haven't bought my book. And I'll leave the diddly do here. So for all of you who don't know, I have a book. This is my book. And this is what it looks like when I work on the book. Whoops, that's not the right button. Where'd my chat go? There we go. Oh no, my chat window go... Wait, I know what I'll do. There we go. This is what it looks like. And what I'll do to try to get my watch hours up is what I used to do. Is work on my book for the next couple weeks. And... Rural, I know you keep asking, and Rural, I can't tell if you, like, don't see my responses or not. But what I'm going to do is I'm working on this one right now. And I'm going to get a special copy of this updated one for you once it's done. And then I'm going to sign that one. And then we'll talk about how to get it to you. Okay? What I'm going to do is... Oh, okay. You keep making me repeat myself, and so I'm not sure, like, if you actually have been seeing me respond to you or not. Oh, there we go. That's better. So, yeah. I don't care about... I know you don't care about your watch hours. I know, but I care about mine. And if you want to help me out with my watch hours, I would really appreciate it. Cucumber says, if I knew my wife was going to order stuff from Amazon, I would have had her get your book. Yeah, I get it. JD Prepping. I saw that show. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Some people do that just for attention. I have no idea. Nick Easy's making a watch hours joke. What the hell did I do? I do nothing but try to help people. And people just think it's hilarious to tease the living shit out of me. And that's on you guys, not me. If anything, with this whole Charlie Kirk thing, especially, like, there's going to be a lot of people from now on that are just going to be like, F off. Hey, Scraps, how's it going? I hope everything is going well. Oh, wow, that is a suspiciously convenient set of watch hours. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit here and see. Yeah, it's not too bad. Whoops. So yeah, this is what I usually have going on, at least when I used to stream. If we didn't like you and if we didn't like you and feel comfortable. Yeah, Rural, I've noticed, well, ever since, I don't know, elementary school, that people just love making fun of me. So it's totally fine. It's like at some point it gets old, where it's like, okay, yeah, you've made fun of me again. You've said the same thing again. And then people are like, ha ha, it's really getting to you, isn't it? I'm like, no, you're just saying it again. Yeah, I saw that show. I don't know what that was all about. When people are all mopey like that, I just ignore them. I mod for a massive chat. And there's probably 5 people to 10 people per stream. They're like, nobody sees me. Nobody sees me. Me. Exactly, Rural. Cucumber says, I have 2 shorts on my channel running feed out to cuz at work. They got a lot of views. Yeah, shorts are in a different realm. Teresa. Teresa is the narc. Teresa is the spy. Yeah, people, the funny thing is like, you can't really hurt my feelings. You can't really get under my skin because none of you really know what actually bugs me, because I don't let anybody know what actually bugs me. You get the most views on shorts. Man, I know. Shorts. Snitch. Yeah, that's right. This Teresa's the snitch. Show says she gets the most views on shorts. There's some kinds of content that does that. I can't remember if it was rural or shorts don't count for view hours, but shorts have their own way. Resident snitch. That's YouTube's been nuts today. Entire web is lag. I think it's more. Yeah, LMDMT. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Scrappy Wisgen does a really good job. He doesn't get under my skin. He thinks he does, but sometimes I let people think that they're getting under my skin in hopes that they'll stop, like that they'll pat themselves on the back and then stop. But when they think that they've gotten to me and so they try to get to me even more, there's like a difference between poking a little fun and it's like, oh, now you're just amusing yourself at my expense. Let's see. Green apple. Side note. Green apple splatters is a real thing. 2-2. Apples not having enough pectin. Literally eating green unripened apples will give you diarrhea. So something to keep in mind. Thanks, Dad, for this contribution. The whole reason I started making content on YouTube was to introduce myself to this prepping community. It only felt right to share with how open people are. Yeah, you're right, Gnostic Nomad. Also, Gnostic Nomad, you're one of the only people that says a certain type of stuff that's really interesting to me. You're the only person that it's hard for me to explain it. I think you know what I'm talking about. All right, Ohio, take care. OVP, appreciate you. If you want to give me some watch time, there's plenty of videos. Teresa doesn't know who my next guest is on the Wednesday live stream. Hell yeah, Rural. Make sure I didn't miss anything in the chat. No. Oh, Scott says frequently the chat's moving too fast, no way to keep up. I know, that's why a lot of people like DLive, but he hasn't gotten DLive set up. They used to call it the Green Apple Quick Step. That's fine. Okay, hold on. AKA Green Apple Quick Step by Tuck. By P1. There you go. So it's funny, not funny, but I did eat a bunch of unripened apples, and it did make my stomach go. And the funny thing is we were trying to turn them into apple jelly, and they wouldn't turn into apple jelly either, no matter how hard. It's like, well, yeah, there's no pectin in those damn apples. Whoops. Gnostic says, when you have insane, crazy theories that contradict what everyone else thinks, it's good to let them know you're not a Looney Tune. Man, I tell you what, like, there's so many times recently where most people are just wrong. Most people are just wrong. And there's just no way, there's just no way to do anything about it besides just like screaming at the top of your lungs and be like, well, hopefully eventually somebody Rural, I gotta be honest with you. I kind of don't care about spelling. Here's the thing. I mean, I kind of do because it helps me to find things later. Here's the thing. I want people, A, to understand that, you know, I have my own way of typing and talking. And B, that this wasn't written by an AI. The Orlando Prepper is live in 30 minutes. That's great. I kind of don't care. I don't know. I kind of... Uh-oh. The dirt bike brigade is going by. Best way to get under a rider's skin is spell check. Yeah. My problem is phonetic misspellings. Where they look like they're written right, but they're not written right. Those are the ones that drive me insane. Chance you be you, my friend. Oh, thank you. Please check out my book. Please check out my newbie prepping book if you haven't. Yeah, so I'm not going to work on this a ton, but I wanted to show you guys this is primarily what I'm going to be working on. I've written almost every book I have ever had, I've actually written live. A lot of people thought my books were a scam. Hell yeah, Tuck. It's my greatest enema too. Let's see. Also, what you can't see is that I have the chapters here on the left. So if you're wondering how I'm zooming around so fast, that's how I'm zooming around so fast. Yeah, believe me, nothing any of you ever do will actually get me upset. And so don't worry about it. Just ask questions, and I'll do my best to get to them. And this book really is almost done with its latest updates. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. I didn't know they did that show and tell. I probably lost everybody as soon as I started talking about my book stuff. Rural. I think the problem people the thing that people run into is they try to irritate me, and then I've kind of been conditioned to like stop absorbing it after a while and try to push back a tiny bit. And then people get like hella triggered. And plus, if you spend all day just trying to irritate me, then it's not a very good collaboration. Scrappy says, Amazon blacklisted me. I think they're irritated by the items I got. I don't actually think they blacklisted you, and I don't think they're actually irritated by the items you got. I think you can definitely piss the drivers off, but I don't know if Amazon themselves would ever do that. Unless you got your account nuked like that one guy where they accused of him being racist on his Amazon doorbell. That was just a giant fudge up. But no, Scrappy, if you want to order the book, like, at least please try to order the book, like, and leave me a review. It would help me a lot. Gnostic says, don't trust the live counter on the dashboard, says 0. When I checked the OBS, it says 6. Damn, that's crazy. I think you just think people are trying to irritate you. No, I think there's 3 or 4 people in the chat that readily admitted that they either were or were going to try to irritate me, so I don't think I'm imagining things. Talking to people is hard, but I try. Also, I sing when I'm happy. And then that just makes people make fun of me. Okay, so were there any... See, the hard part is I haven't got a lot of feedback about Bunker Basics. Rural. I think that Nick is an AI. Nick is an interesting creature. I think Nick has gone through a lot of really, really, really bad circumstances. I think Nick tries really hard. I think he just doesn't know how to show people that he cares about them. He's Team Uberl. That's actually funny. I don't have a thing about 3D printers in here. If I ever do a second one. Anyway, I keep thinking about wanting to make a mention about 3D printers in here. You cannot place orders on Amazon. What happens? Does the button just not work? Or does it say they won't ship to your location? I've literally shipped my book to people who don't even have a house. I shipped it to the closest post office with like instructions to hold on to it, and the person went and picked it up. Resting sarcastic. Dude, Gnostic, everything I say is sarcastic. It's usually tinged with a bunch of truth, though. I think Nick really, really means well. He just doesn't know how to. He doesn't know how to tell people he cares. He doesn't know how to show appreciation for being around his buddies. I think he wants to give. Yeah, and he's also probably only about 22 years old. I think Nick wants to give everybody like a big hug. Like he's probably really affectionate in real life. And then when he can't give people a big hug, he just sits there and fidgets. He's like, says your payment isn't accepted. Maybe you got your debit card wrong. That makes me very sad. You could always buy the book directly from me. And I'll have new copies to sell soon, Scrappy. So if you really want to buy one and you really have some kind of post office nearby or something, I can just ship you the book myself. I've turned into a cucumber farmer. That's why I keep liking to talk to him about my cucumbers. Bartering, team building, conflict. I keep wanting to put 3D printers in here somewhere. Shelter, armor, gas masks, blades, gear, first aid, land nav. V knows me a little better. She knows I'm only 21. Oh, I was close. I like to give hugs. It has at this point given me immunity to the pepper spray. Oh man, Tuck, if you ever watch Hard to Hurt, Hard to Hurt just did a video where he sprays half of his face with Saber Red and half of his face with Saber Gel. It is like the most painful video I have ever seen in my life. And the funny thing is they keep backblasting themselves with Saber Red. It is so funny. And then they get the Saber Red Gel in their hands and they're trying to throw the Saber Red Gel at each other. I don't know if you guys like Hard to Hurt, but Hard to Hurt is like a really, really good self-defense channel. Hard to Hurt. Here it is. There you go. Talking to people is hard, but I try. So I don't know. Should I include? None of you have read my book. Show, you gotta read my book sometime and tell me if I should put 3D printer stuff in here somewhere. I think I want to put it in tech. So back to my part from the other day. You get off trying to belittle people. Oh, we're back to that again? I'm imagining a lot of coughing and mucus. Oh, dude, they're just, yeah, Tuck, exactly. Nick, if you think that me trying to explain absolutely, like, rudimentary basic concepts to people is belittling them, then I think that's an audience problem and not a presenter problem. I have to be able to present really, really simple concepts, and if I explain them at the absolute like color crayon level, I have to expect that at some point that it's the audience and not the presenter. That's a little Sun Tzu for you. I can't stand people using Sun Tzu, The Art of War, as a reference, but so help me. So I don't know if you guys have know this, but like I absolutely will start drawing to explain shit. I have whole entire videos of me just like drawing to try to explain shit to people. If you feel belittled by me explaining something to you because you're as if you're a kindergartner, then there may be a reason for that. I've actually been teaching for a really long time. The people that say they feel belittled are usually the ones that have no grasp of anything that's going on. And I usually end up just doing their work for them, and then they take all the credit. It's great. It's amazing. I love it. I love doing other people's work and then them getting all the credit of them shit talking me. It's freaking fantastic. Yeah. No, I know. I have to, because of what I do for a job, I have to explain things to people like 20 different ways. That's totally normal. It doesn't even bother me. I'm used to it. It's when I start to do it and then I find out that the person's teasing me, where it's like, oh, okay. So do you understand, or are you just fucking retarded? Like, because it can't be both, can it? Like, come on. Like, what is it? You like the postcards? Dude, I love getting a good postcard. It's usually like, hey, I'm glad you're not here. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm going to go put that on my wall. Actually, the only people that send me postcards, I think, are the vet clinic after they put my animals to sleep. But it's better than nothing, I guess. It's a nice gesture. I used to have an agency that would send me a little card now and then. You get postcards? He sends me weird in-person singing grams. No me gusta. No me gusta. Here, I've got a song for you, Rural. Hold on. I wrote this song, thinking about you, Rural. Okay, are you ready?
My job is to blend in and stick to Don't try to leave flag sight on the road, glory should have given it away. But in case it didn't, I guess you missed the no trespassing sign. And hey, it doesn't matter much to me because you're the third one this week. If I get 2 more, I'll be on a new winning streak.
Ow, ow, ow.
Like anyone, don't you see? My concealment is
Whoops, that's weird. There we go. I don't reload. Is there a way to make material?
so if you see someone generic, just leave them be.
That sounded inappropriate. That's all good, dude. I know what you meant. Meow, meow, meow. So so rural, your question has like a kind of a couple different. It has a couple different of. Hold on, Ringo. Like plastic filament has to like be a certain temperature, and it has to like be a certain it has to be like a certain like width and diameter and stuff, and so it's about melting it back down, but you know, kind of like metal, like you can't melt it down like too much for it to kind of gel but not become brittle, because filament can get brittle really bad. And if you get brittle filament, it destroys your 3D printer. Tuck has only got one hand on the keyboard. That's okay. My voice has that effect on people. So I haven't watched the YouTube videos yet of how to do that. But if you found, like, if you're in a bunker, like my book, and you found a bunch of stuff that was made with a 3D printer and, you know, you didn't need it anymore, you could conceivably crumble it all up and remelt it and make new filament out of it. But I don't know how to do that. And we've just been throwing our filament away. And part of the reason why we've been throwing our filament away is because, well, you know, the excess pieces is, I know you walked right into that one. When you buy filament, it all kind of really loosely looks the same, but the mechanics of each spool of plastic is actually just slightly different. And those plastics, most of them, don't really go well together. If you try to like glue one type of piece of plastic to another piece of plastic, like by melting them, they won't adhere to each other. Kind of like how you just can't melt two pieces of metal and just smush them into each other. It doesn't really work. 3D the filament is the same way. You have to have two of exactly the same kind of filament. They have to be at the same heat for them to stick to each other. Otherwise, it all just kind of comes apart. So the answer is yes. Asterisk. There's a little bit more to it. It's doable, though. I think, and if Ringo's going to start clawing my arm, ow. But I want to put that in here. So 3D printers are great for making widgets. You might also want to reuse the excess filament for recycling, but it needs to be. He had to put the chickens to bed. Understandable. Show and tell says Air Force 2 has landed. That must be in regards to where Babyface Vance is going. Earl says if that was duct tapes for. Yeah, that is what duct tape is for. The problem is like, you can't just like throw your filament in a boiling pot of water if it's 3 different types of material, I guess is the point. Kind of like Tupperware plastic is not the same as like ABS. Ringo, do you have something to say? Ringo, come on. Shoot, it's gonna want me to do a new page for this. That's okay. Insert blank page break. There we go. So yeah, I'll do a page on 3D printers. I think that's good. I think that's a good idea. Finally talked myself into it. If I had a 3D printer, honestly, the first 6 months I'd be cranking out receivers. So, shit, hopefully this is still blah, 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 blah. Okay, I think it's still working. Yeah, the thing is, so, if you're going to get into 3D printing, things like that, what you need to do is you need to make sure before you buy a printer that you make sure it's one that can actually handle the filament that you need. Not every 3D printer can handle every filament, because to make receivers and peripheral devices, we'll just say, it's kind of like the difference between making... Yeah, no problem. Ow! It's like the difference between making a sharp knife, but making a knife that could actually hold its edge. It's kind of like that with filament. Oh, you're so tired that you came over here to bite me. So, cat on keyboard. So, the stronger and stronger and stronger the filament, I think, either the higher the heat or the higher the pressure, but the nozzle definitely has to be stronger. And you know, receivers aren't, and the other peripherals aren't the only things. Those aren't the only cool things you can do with it. Shoot, I can't remember the YouTuber's name, but he's kind of doing like a rubber mold that he's building drones out of a rubber mold. And then inside of that rubber mold, he's building like a hard kind of a plastic, kind of an inner core. And he's building drones like that. They're absolutely amazing, amazing drones. They're basically indestructible. So there's just a lot of cool things you can do. Shoot, I wasn't on live chat. My stupid thing refreshed. So yeah, does that? Oh, and the other thing, so you got to get the right filament, which means you got to get the right nozzles. You have to get the right printer that can handle it. You also have to get the right size, because like an A1 mini plate may or may not be as big as you want for whatever thing that you're trying to print. If you're trying to print lowers or peripherals or, you know, a bayonet or whatever. And also, as you're working with higher heats, you know, having a big plastic hood to hold that heat in is going to be way more efficient. Does that make sense? Did I lose everybody? Ringo, what's going on? Hopefully hopefully you guys didn't all just space out. That's all really important. I should probably put that in here. Instructions. I'll try to loosely explain the instructions in here for recycling filament. Yeah, so if you just want to make widgets and fart around to like be able to repair things and make your own little baskets and make your own little tiny shelves and things and make your own cups and all the knickknacks, you can just get an A1 Mini and you can make, you know, pencil holders and utensils, things like that. You can learn the ins and outs without spending an absolute fortune. I don't recommend, if you know nothing about 3D printers, I don't recommend just going straight to printing out, you know, various devices, because you're going to F up a lot and you're going to get like discouraged. Where if you were just making a pencil holder or a basket for all your spatulas, you know, and you fuck it up, it's not like too big of a deal. Because you got to learn like infills, and it's all making simple stuff is really, really, really simple. Making complicated stuff, it's just like metal. It's you kind of need to understand it just a little bit more, because it's not injection molding. It has to be at just the right temperature and just the right feed and flow to where it kind of all melts back together again. And once you kind of understand that, like an A1 Mini with the little spools and stuff, you know, make all kinds of little toys and knickknacks, then you're like, oh, okay, now I know what I need to go get for real. And then you can get your second bigger one, get the right nozzles, get the right filaments, get the right drawings. And also, like with your little A1 Mini, you can practice your own drawings and stuff to make your own little widgets and knickknacks without costing too much money, without wasting too much money. Now I need to write all that down, everything I just said. If you think you're going to immediately go into printing, golly, my typing is getting worse. Modern defense tools. I'd practice something simpler. First, there's a lot of technique in the settings of flow, nozzles, infill, and and there's tons of different types of plates, and the different types of plates and the textures of filaments. Okay, thanks, Nick. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this was fun, and whatever. All my viewers just dropped off the radar, so I must have reached everybody's expense, or what, somebody else was streaming or something. If everybody's done, then I will shut this off. But this is basically what I do. I work on my book, and hopefully people cheer me on. Like this 3D printer discussions kind of really helped me figure out, you know, what to write here. Print something mildly useful, like a little container for your spatulas or something. Orlando going live. I don't know who. Okay, like I've said before, like I only go hang out with people that really seem to want to collaborate with me, and if I'm not big enough or cool enough or interesting enough for people to collaborate with, then I'm not gonna go hunt them down. There's some YouTubers, I won't name their names. I've talked to some of you about them before, where they just don't really seem to give a shit about networking and collaborating. And if they just think they're too big and awesome and cool and stuff to not collaborate, I just won't have anything to do with them. Or if they're AI prepper channels, those AI prepper channels, I think I get it, and I get the cadence, and I was thinking about that cadence when I was doing my like what if the grid goes down video, and that hippy dippy cadence of all the cool, interspersed, stock 5-second, stock second things and shit. And I was just like, you know what? That's all cool and hippy dippy and trendy, and it would probably get me like 1 million views. But like, I was also thinking like, how long before that style, isn't in anymore? And most people don't watch anyway. Most people are just listening. Why waste your time on an hour of like 5-second stock videos that only very loosely have anything to do with what you're talking about? If only a handful of people are going to watch, I don't know. These new AI YouTube videos are just some of the most topical, useless, droning on and on forever, adding absolutely nothing. It just bugs me. I think I've talked to maybe it was Rural before about it. I can't remember. Shit just drives me nuts. Most people are NPCs. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, if you chase a style, by the time you've got that style down, there's already another style. Like, I was watching Mike Rowe. He had a very, very heartfelt Charlie Kirk video that he did yesterday. And he took long pauses. And, of course, part of me is like, oh, my video started buffering. But then I went and looked. I'm like, no, he's taking long pauses because this is hard on him. It's a dramatic subject. This whole everything being like quick cut and 5-second OCD, stock videos, and these people that play that fucking video game on there because they think that's funny. When they start droning on, they put a video game on the top so they don't lose their views don't drop off. So they've started just putting this random mobile game. They think that this mobile jumper game, because they think it's like, you know what? If people don't have an attention span, and if you have to like hack people's brains to like maintain their attention span, then maybe people are the problem. Maybe catering to their OCD like is not the right idea. I don't know. Call me crazy. But I don't know. I thought about it. I'm like, I decided I don't want to chase all those styles. I've never been a style chaser. sometimes I can adapt things a little bit to make them better, but oh, so you kind of just squirt it out. I just squirt it out. Squirt it out like this. You do the HK slap, 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 slap. Here we go. Print, shoot, repeat. That's right.
You call that an MP5? Das ist ein you call that an MP5? Das ist ein Stück Scheiße. You Americans are very funny, yeah? Oh, you 3D printed that? No way. I'm a developer at HK. I don't think this is okay. Look at this. The way you massacred my boy. This looks a little chunky, yeah? Isn't this already patented or something? I don't know if you're allowed to do this. You're messing with German engineering. Where is the magnets? Hans, I think we have a problem. Ich habe eine MP5, you give a little slap. Ich habe eine MP5, we slap it just like that. Ich habe eine MP5, we have a little fun. Ich habe eine MP5, a 3D printed one.
Listen, I didn't come all this way for you to just be gentle with me, alright? I need you to slap me hard. I need to go into battery, alright? Give it to me. Don't hold back.
Do the HK slap. Do you mean to tell me that you made this in your living room with just a 3D printer? Yeah. Oh, I still don't quite understand. You mean you just squirted it? What? I squirted it, yeah. I squirted it out of the 3D printer with plastic in my living room, yeah. I'm scared. This could mean anyone could 3D print it in the living room. I think that's the point, yeah. But it's very scary. Well, sometimes the world is a scary place. Slap it with your left, slap it with your right. Slap it in the day and slap it in the night. Slap it like you mean it, slap it like a god. I slap it when I see it, it always gets me hard.
Listen, I didn't come all this way for you to just be gentle with me, alright? I need you to slap me hard. I need to go into battery, alright?
Do the HK slap. There will be a point in time, we just won't know the point in time until we can look backwards and point at it. I actually thought that this fall was going to be, or wait, maybe last fall. I thought the food shortages were going to start, but like every time I think the food shortages are about to start, somehow they keep finding food from somewhere. I don't know. China keeps smuggling in bioweapons. Like, it's only a matter of time. They said they found some new boring worm that's gonna kill all the plants in Oregon again. Canned goods and other things, so there's nothing but useless filler items. I don't know, the useless filler items might go first at this rate. I mean, look at it. Look at a friggin' bag of potato chips is ridiculous. Violence over food. I think what's going to happen is I think the state level is going to have to make their own grocery stores. And then it's just going to be like rice and beans, and that's it. You go to the state-run grocery store and get your one bag of rice and your one bag of beans every day. We're honestly not too far off from that. We weren't far off from that with the Rona, and we're not too far from that again. Yep. You do the HK slap, 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 slap. Well, do you guys like this show? Sounds like Commie BS. It is going to be Commie BS. It's already started, dude. The state-ran grocery stores are starting. Like, the real grocery stores are all getting chased out of the cities. Like, it's happening. Like, within a year we'll have state-ran grocery stores. And when digital currency comes out, and we'll go digital EBT, and that'll be that. All right, what's the next topic you got for me? Yeah, Tuck. Venezuela's the same way. I mean, Zimbabwe was probably the same way too. It's the lefty loos and the homeless and the drug fiends have all chased the grocery stores out. They'll put a bus stop at a grocery store, and then everyone will just smash and grab. And once they run, and then grocery stores are called anchor stores. Once the grocery store is gone, the rest of the stores disappear. Nomad says, I like open forums, but I noticed when you longer than 60 minutes, you lose people's attention. I wonder if that's why everyone does an hour. I honestly think most of the Ohio. I think the reason why most of the Ohio group does an hour is so it's easy for them to all coordinate. But you're right. You have a massive drop off after an hour. It's really hard to keep people engaged that long unless they actually want to be engaged. Old world buildings rewriting the history 200 years ago. Yeah, Nick, you and I talked about that too. I think that earthquakes are going to wipe a lot of it out. But also, Portland has just been getting nonstop demoed to make room for low-income housing. So how is the city supposed to survive when you level when 30% of the buildings are vacant and then you level the rest of them for low-income housing? What incentive is there to keep any historical buildings at all? I don't know. Many strip malls here which have anchor supermarket. Yeah, New York. New York has a huge problem with that. Portland has a huge problem with that. Seattle's had huge problems with that. The lefty loos, the homeless, the druggies, they take out the grocery store, and then everything around the grocery store just folds. I drove by a mall the other day, and they were demoing entire sections of parking garage because nobody goes there anymore. They don't even need the parking garage space because nobody goes there. And people were just murdering each other in the parking garage and selling drugs in the parking garage, so they're just demoing it. That's our future and our past. And I know a parking garage isn't exactly like a historical building, but I think they could have turned a parking garage into a homeless shelter way easier than they can whatever it is. It's going to be a lot stronger. But the problem is the homeless set those concrete structures on fire. It's a real mess. Lots of killings, lots of psychos. Yeah, I checked out that stream, Nick, but the thing is, like, if that person doesn't want to collaborate, I'm not going to waste my time on that channel. That's just the way I am. Tribe of Judah hole. The thing is a bottomless pit of deception and suffering. Yeah. I'm not familiar with that one, but I get the concept. Print it. Something broke. Print a new one. Board and a toy. Just print one. the thing to remember about print files is hopefully the bunker has a bunch of print files in it somewhere. Usually called 3MF files. Probably called something like 3MF file. Oh. Gotcha, yeah, I don't give a shit about that. Israel's just holding on to that area until the Christians decide to wipe them out and take it back. Parking garages are purposeful and useful. I'm okay with them being attractive. I'm not okay with them being allowed to rot or become favelas. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they make a good bomb shelter, but the problem is the homeless have turned them into just the worst. Just the absolute worst. There's murders in them, and the people are never caught. They don't even release who they're like, oh, someone got murdered in the parking garage, and there's just no, that's the end of the story. And you're like, okay, well, I'm never going in that parking garage. Assuming the internet's down, like you can't Starlink Mini or some such to download new 3MF to new printer files, you may have to make your own. It's on a program kind like CAD, computer-aided drawing, or maybe you can get on the radio and share 3D printer files with other printers nearby safely. They're relatively small files, so you could send them data over analog or some safely if you wanted. Israel isn't a place or a country. It literally represents humanity, meaning... yeah. Yeah, Israel the place. I mean, is the geographic... I was talking about the geographic location. I was talking about the people sitting on the geographic location. I think you knew I meant that. You're just, I don't know, trying to be particular. I really don't give a shit about who or what or why represents humanity. I get it. I just kind of don't care. That shit, and then the whole Yeshua thing, that shit is just such fucking distractions. That shit really... is just really so unnecessary. Probably like 99% of religion, the religious nitpicking back and forth is just absolutely a waste of time. And historical nitpicking. Completely irrelevant. Distractions. Every fucking time I have to read somebody say, Yah bless, in a fucking YouTube comment, I want to scream. Give me a break. Every fucking chat I'm in every night. There wasn't a J. There was a this. There was a that. Dude, I don't care. Don't care. I decide to focus on the here and now. And if people decide to get in my way, then I deal with it. I don't care if they're screaming Aloha snack bar or Yeshua this or Yahweh that. Just get the fuck out of my way. It's dealing with yeah, that's yeah. Yeah, it's infuriating to me. And then you get all the pre-trib and post-trib rapture people complaining, and then oh my gosh, it's just like, you guys are killing me. We've got tens of thousands of illegals running around our country, and you guys, this is what you guys want to talk about for hours a day? The fucking Catholics and the fucking Jehovah's Witnesses. Just like, what have the Catholics done for anybody lately? Nothing. What have the Jehovah's Witnesses done for anybody lately? Nothing. What has the Orthodoxy done for anybody lately? And it's like, oh well, Putin's trying to bring back the Orthodoxy. It's like, but is he? And then the Catholics don't want to talk about the Old Testament. And it's just like, it's just enough to me. Like, you're all going to hell. Just shut up. Shut up, you're all going to hell. You're all idiots. Go back and watch football, you idiots. Oh, I just like, fucking gets me going, man. It doesn't get me going. It's just like, oh, here we go. Bunch of pre-trib rapture people gonna not do anything. Russia's controlled by the Bolsheviks. Exactly. That's my point. That's it. It's not the Orthodoxy's not running Russia. And it's just, man, it sucks. I've tried to talk to people about this before. It sucks when like your religion's gone. When your clan, when your tribe, when your order is gone and you can't get reunited with your order. It sucks. Does that make sense? Hopefully that kind of makes sense. Hopefully you know what I'm trying to say. Whoops.
What is a Templar? Is it the book he carries? Is it the sword he wields? Or is The Templar comes to cleanse the lands and right the wrongs. A holy night
Right.
of faith, of holy light and song. The sacred grassy lands pushing out to the burning sands. The paladin cleanses invasive disease. Witches and warlocks, your time draws near. In case you haven't heard, there is a paladin here. Your heresy has a short time for trial. Then afterward, you're on the burn pile. The Templar pyres are a sight to see. And if you're evil, you may try to flee. Embrace the lessons of what holiness is about. Or the Templar will chase your darkness out. The paladin purges the evil he sees, expunging invaders from your groves of trees. He'll read his holy book to find the truth with weapons and armor in hot pursuit. Beware if you practice evil. The Templar order will know. Invest your soul in Lord, and inner peace will grow. These Gothic warriors fight godless infidels under the sun and moon. Our God-given lands will be cleansed of hostile outsiders soon. One mysterious night I was experimenting in my apothecary. My latest concoction was bubbling, but not to the point of being scary. When a skull gifted from the necromancer started talking to me. From the table it clattered the words, there is an extinction level event coming for thee. So I nodded to the animated skull and said, good, that's my specialty. Biohazard, my best friend. Viral apocalypse will be the end. 10 more days to flatten the trend. The age of darkness soon descends. Plague Doctor. I headed off to the forest and to the town, but I was already too late. Infected chickens everywhere that they had already ate. Yuck. The
Townsfolk looked at me like I was their next meal.
then began to attack. Their eyes filled with intent to kill. Biohazard, my best friend.
Viral apocalypse will be the end. 10 more days to flatten the trend. The age of darkness soon descends.
Plague Doctor. I swished with my poison sword to keep the men at bay. Reached from my cloak a flask of smoke and tossed it in the way. Under the veiling fog I broke free from their grasps. Escaped back to whence I came as the mob gasped.
Biohazard, my best friend. Viral apocalypse will be the end. 10 more days to flatten the trend. The age of darkness soon descends. And if I cannot save us all, so to the highest order, to cleanse us of this evil. Ride, I must, and hope there's still time. We must not go extinct from the hazardous crime. Deliver this note fast, I must ride. Biohazard, my best friend. Viral apocalypse will be the end. 10 more days to flatten the trend. The age of darkness soon descends. Plague Doctor. We need you. Side. Plague Doctor. Oh yeah. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And it's kind of funny. I feel bad for them working on Division 2 because I'm sure deep down there's so much more they want to do with it that they probably can't. Like, I still think you should be able to like romance like a chick or a guy from like another clan and like win them over and then have your own like safe room together. Yeah, Gnostic. I played, speaking of, video games that make you a better shooter, I played Tarkov for quite a while with like actual military door kickers and stuff, and it was enlightening. Like, they work, at a completely different speed than anybody else. Just unfortunately there was hackers, and you couldn't really overcome that, and it was like really discouraging. Or delivered donuts. Exactly, Tuck. Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know. I don't know. I feel bad that the engine can't do more. I think Division 2 has so many things it could do. Like, I really want a nemesis system where if the bad guy kills you and gets away, they get stronger and come back with more guys. I don't know. It'd be fun to romance a second character and then have the character follow you around and be your buddy. When you don't have a second player with you. SWTOR had something like that, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun having a companion, so you didn't have to play the game by yourself. Plates, textures of filaments, and hoods to hold heat in. Sizes in. The AI's armor is crazy good. Yeah. Yeah, I just, I don't know. I just don't have a lot of time to play video games. I mean, this winter I might, but no joke. I mean, like, I'm just an absolute workaholic. If I can get outside, I go outside until I just can't do it anymore. Then I come in and keep working on this. I'm trying really hard to like make this all work. What's holding me back right now is not having a lot of feedback on the book. Is this book specifically is hurting me a lot. Yeah, that could be fun. I need to get this book in front of more people. And yeah, and that's the thing, if you take it on yourself, like, the chances are it's tough. It's tough if you don't, like, if it's not like a Rust, or like some kind of Minecraft thing. It's really hard to gauge people's long-term commitments, like Animal Crossing or Minecraft. I don't know if you could build your own house, sort of a kind of a deal in I know in some of the Armas you could like build your own stuff, but like I think you could in Rust. But I'll get your book ASAP. I got hit with an assessment. Oh shit, I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, what I really need is feedback on this, because I don't know if, like, my little sister has a master's in creative nonfiction. She struggles a lot with getting over to other people. It's tough. I have a Fiverr account where I do reviews for people, kind of like in 1 hour blocks. I do way too much work for free. If she needs somebody to review her documentation, I have a Fiverr. Yeah, HOAs suck balls. Meow, 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 meow. Here's my, hello. Here's my Fiverr. Gnostic, if she can't get anybody to help her at all, and she doesn't mind throwing me a few bucks, that's my Fiverr. I give people live feedback. Yeah, that sounds cool, Gnostic. But yeah, I need feedback on this, because I need to know if I need to do something else to this book, or if I should try it. Come on. Or if I should try another book, or if I should move on. I know he's a little monster. He's a little monster. Do you guys want to see my art book that I'm working on? Yeah, I appreciate it. Like I said, I gave way too much of my work away for free. People said they loved the work that I did so much, and then they would ghost me, and it actually made me kind of give up that gig for a while. But then people kept wanting it. Okay. I'm switching scenes. I'll work on that more later. So, okay, I'm switching over to my art book. Hold on. What was it? Window. Art book. Oh, give me a fucking break. Dude, I hate OBS. I just think she had these plans of being a famous author, then she had a kid and got cancer and survived, now trying to get her life. But geez, dude, I'm sorry. That's rough. Okay, so this is my art book. And there's writing here. There's writing here because it's not all art book. It's also like an evolution of how the rebranding of my fiction series went. And a lot of people that shit on AI art and explaining the transitions between traditional art, AI art, and graphic art, all different kinds of art. And so one of the feedbacks that my wife had that I want to try to work on, gosh darn it, where is it? This one? There we go. Oh, it's up here. So my wife pointed out that this transition was confusing. And kind of what I'm trying to figure out here is if this would go better here. It's kind of tough. Whoop, wrong button. So I could do that, and then maybe I could do something like that. Maybe people put maybe 2 and 2 together. maybe. There now. People can hopefully see that these two photos are related. I don't know. This is my art book. It's almost done. My wife's doing a final pass. I don't think I'm going to sell a lot of copies of this. You're the creative genius here. If you need help wondering if some framing man, if I could teleport you here, I need help on so much freaking homestead stuff. Like, I'm a computer guy, and like, if you could fix it in a computer somehow, like, I'm the guy to do that. But like, you ask me, like, how do you tear down and put this carport back up? I'm like, I don't know. I'll try, but I'm probably gonna die. No, I need like physical help. Like, how I kind of work, like when it comes to me and like homesteading work, I need like a buddy. Like, hey, come out and help me with this. Like, let's do this project together, and then I'll drink a bunch of energy drinks and eat a bunch of food and try to keep up as best as I can. And I know people say, well, you're supposed to figure things out yourself, and it's like, I get that, but I also don't have like a lot of time. No, I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, I just need a buddy. The free life is not for me, man. This is where I grew up. I don't think anybody should ever have to move. I think that it would be different. Hey, Rob, how's it going? I feel like we talked recently, but maybe it was somebody else. I hope you're doing well. It has been a crazy ass week. That's why I'm here. Gnostic, I think if they gave us a place to live, again, going back to the whole, Israel thing or Palestine or wherever, if they gave us a place to live where they would like leave us alone, like, I would probably go for that. But like, who else they did that with? Like the Native Americans, and that didn't turn out great. Like, if conservative Christians were ever going to be given a place to live, it should be the Pacific Northwest. Like, why should we move? This is where I grew up. Why should I move? Why? But the thing is like, okay, if I do move, I'm just going to get attacked wherever I go. There's no, Christian ethno state in the U.S. or whatever you'd call it. There's no fully 100% pro to a Christian ethno state in the U.S. So why the fuck should I move? And, you know, Greenland, the weft blanket, exactly. Like, you know, Greenland was very enticing. I need to figure out something to space. I need a buddy. I need a buddy for this image, and I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Greenland would have been cool, but you know, everybody thought that was a meme. I'm like, no, dude. If they made Greenland into like a Christian ethno state, and you could just have full 2A there, and then they were gonna chase the banks out, and they were gonna chase the WEF out, and if, you know, we weren't gonna get, you know, Waco'd, and turn the place into just like a Christian Mecca, you know. And then I guess all the Greenlanders that already live there and fuck each other 5 times a day until they have every STD on the planet. Like, if they want to do that, then it's like, whatever. That's their jam. They've got like every single, I can't remember if it was Greenland or Iceland. They've got like every single STD on the planet. They don't even buy each other food. Everybody just fucks everybody there. It's like, that'll work itself out soon enough. Maybe that was Iceland. It's called like the Iceland itch. I can't remember. The Iceland handshake. But the problem with New Hampshire is like, if every single Christian in the U.S. went to New Hampshire, like, you know what's gonna fucking happen. They're just gonna get Waco'd, or I don't know what else to call it. Not that I thought Waco was great. I'm just saying as an example, they're gonna get yeeted. And so it's infuriating that they go, well, you know, give what to you. I'm not leaving my state, but I can no longer afford to live in this part of the state. I'll be moving soon, whether I'll have a home to move to a state. Tuck, I can't remember. Are you south of me? I can't remember. I know Marv had to move recently. The taxes here are just absurd. Right, exactly, Tuck. They would just build a wall around it. Stay strapped lest ye be clapped. I don't know. Why can't the Pacific Northwest be the Christian Mecca? Why does it have to be some shithole like New Hampshire? Like, why can't we have a state that's on the on the West Coast? Everybody would just come fuck with us. Like, it would just be a never-ending problem. Oh shit! What? Oh, you're in Fort Fuckerdale. Damn. Okay. I mean, you might have to leave to at least find a part of Florida that's not underneath the water, or a giant sinkhole. Rob, Illinois. Ooh, Illinois is doing so bad. Oh my gosh. Rob, if we need to send the National Guard to come get you, let me know. Gnostic, I'm giving you shit. I've never been to New Hampshire. I'm just giving you shit. My point is like, we should be able to have a place that has, you know, running water and toilets. Instead, they would probably try to move us all to Ohio, which is just like the fucking worst state on the planet. Do you know how many people said move to Ohio? I'm like, are you fucking insane? That's like the biggest shithole in the U.S. Like, look who's gonna be in charge of Ohio soon. Like, is that really where you want to be? The thing is like, thankfully it's a rural area, but yeah, it's full of drugs. You know, my family on my stepmom's side was from Illinois. Very like strong, you know, salt of the earth, you know, like knots and farming people. Illinois used to have a real grip on why there was lawlessness, and then it slipped away, and I think they all got racist or got called racist, and now the place is just overran, and now Illinois is just a giant ghetto. I mean, that's great, Gnostic. The problem is, and sometimes it's hard to see this unless you're looking at it from the outside in, but you are not immune from the left moving into your area and just getting everybody voted out and flipping everything. Unless you're willing to do the no-no stuff to them or give them a very stern talking to, that's exactly what they've done. You have to keep New Hampshire ideologically rooted in a position to where it can't be made to feel guilty for why it is the way it is. You have to make it unapologetic for its culture. It is now. I know, I get it. I know. It's that way now. What I'm saying is they're not going to give up. Whenever there's somebody that won't convert, they don't just have protests. They try to slowly whittle away at your leadership. They try to slowly whittle away at your kids. They're like, it's like sneaking in spies. You know, they sneak in a teacher here and there. And then they sneak in a mayor here and there. And then they sneak in a councilwoman or councilman here and there. After yesterday, there's been a huge shift in perspective. I know you're not wrong. That'll galvanize people for a while. And this is kind of what I wanted to bring up. I was going to bring it up on a podcast, but I might as well bring it up here. Because it lets out-of-state students, but that shit is insane. If Charlie Kirk wasn't just the beginning, which I don't think anybody has any reason to believe he is, since this was successful. Yeah, but red Republicans are dog shit, dude. Most of them are rhinos. They're weak, feckless, milk toast, vanilla ass, like trying to appease the left and meet in the middle. Like, they have to be, and I don't want to say like far right, but they have to be like hard right. Does that make sense? Like, so much of the Republican Party is just disgusting. Their hands are all in the same bucket. They've all been to the same parties. They're just disgusting. And then they turn on Massey and Rand Paul. And it's a huge problem. Oh, yeah. It's a huge, man, like, it's tough. Voting. Rob, I know, I saw that. That was weird. It's like, you know what? After I've seen what Tren de Aragua, I've seen what MS-13 does. I've seen what these super cartels do. Like, literally fuck those people. It's not our fault that the Free State Project chose New Hampshire. I get wanting to give them due process, but I'm also ready to have just the cartels just lined up and executed. It's like, dude, your cartel. Like, forsake your cartel or get executed. Like, those are your options. You're not too sure on Massey. Massey can be weird sometimes. But I think I still prefer Rand Paul and Massey over like 99% of these just absolute like wolves in sheep's clothing. Like, I still see like the guy that was trying to run for governor here was just an absolute limp dick rhino. And I still see people defending him, and I still see people saying that like hard right, you know, needs to come to the middle to support like the lesser of two evils. And it's like, no, fuck that guy, dude. He's a weak, spineless piece of shit. Like, why support this guy? Like, oh well, he would have won if it wasn't for mail-in voting. It's like, no, he wouldn't have won, because all the hard right people got screwed on their person because you've got controlled opposition running. Rand touched the wall. I saw that. That's weird. I saw that. Biohazard, my best friend. Okay, guys. I think I'm gonna take like a vocal break, and then I'm probably gonna record my own offline thing. So if you guys could check out my book. Oh, Rob hasn't seen it yet. Oh, maybe you have. Check out Rob if you haven't. Grab a copy of my bunker basics and let me know what you think. He's the father to one of your heroes. Yeah, exactly. I get it. So check out my book, and if you can leave a review, great. You'll be helping me make the next copy, my next edition better, because I want this edition to be really good. I want each edition to last about at least 6 months before I start having regrets. So I'm going to take a little vocal break, and then I'm going to go record another show. Thank you, Tuck. Appreciate you. Gnostic, appreciate you. Rob, appreciate you. I thought we had one more long-termer hanging out with us, but appreciate you all. Thanks for sticking in there. I'm glad this show worked. I will talk to you all later. Bye.